If you're having a hard time getting above 50, 60, 70K a month, there's a reason why. It has nothing to do with your skill. It has everything to do with how you're trying to scale your business. And if you're new here, my name is Jennifer Waters. I am actually an entrepreneur that's built multiple seven-figure businesses in the B2B space, B2C space, brick and mortar, and online. Now I'm sharing with you on this channel and the entrepreneurs that are watching it how to dominate your niche and be able to command premium prices by becoming a category of one leader in your market. This video is intended to help you break free of this ceiling of revenue that you are in. And we're going to start with the very first thing you have to do, which is simply to stop selling to everyone. Probably you are providing a service or product without an ideal customer in mind. If somebody says, hey, I want to pay you, you're like, oh yes, I'll take it. And believe me, I understand exactly where you're at. I've been there too. But this is the very thing that is keeping you stuck and will keep you stuck at the same revenue that you're in because you haven't decided. One of my favorite ways to look at something big is to think about the decisions that I have to make and to remember that to decide means to cut off. So when I'm making a decision to move forward into a new business venture, I have to think about what are all the other things that I'm just going to have to stop doing because I can't do all those things and eat my cake too, as they say, right? I've got to be able to make some clear choices. If you're in this, I'm making 50K, I'm making 60K, I'm making 70, and maybe you're in a yo-yo type of thing and you haven't broke your first seven figures yet, it's because you're probably trying to spread yourself too thin. If you're an agency, for example, and you take on clients that are automotive detailers, but you also take on med spa clients, this is a huge warning signal to me that you have not figured out who it is that you're serving. And that's going to be something that you must do if you really want to break free of this. The second thing that we've got to do, and the reason why I listed this as second is because you can't do this next step until you do the first step that I just mentioned. You can't productize what you offer if you don't get first very clear on what it is that you are doing and how you're helping other people. Because the steps for an auto detailer are going to be completely different than a med spa. They have two totally different clientele. So how am I going to help them if I'm running their paid ads, their social media, etc.? I can't. Remember, my goal is to become category of one, a category of one leader in my market. It's the only way I can become a category of one leader in my market is to make sure that I have defined who my market is and who I'm going after. So choose the med spas or choose the auto detailers, but choose the one that is going to make you the most amount of money in the end. And this is another thing that we have to dig into, that sometimes it's really not down to what we prefer. It's really more about what it is. Sometimes it's not about what we prefer. Sometimes it's about what is going to make us the most amount of profit. Because the point of running a business is not just to run it for the sake of doing something every day. You could go get a job and you would probably make more money at this point instead of having to deal with a business where you have to spend 80, 90 hours a week trying to make it work. It's like a baby. It sucks up all your time. It eats all your food and it wants more. And if you're going to put that much energy and effort into it, you better be able to get something out on the backside of it. You better be able to get a profit out of it, right? And that's why we got to look at this and kind of detach ourselves a little bit from that. And we have to decide, is this vehicle that I'm in the best vehicle to make the most amount of money? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Right now, you've got to make that choice and figure out which direction you want to go. And once you do that, all of these other decisions will become much, much easier. But if you truly want to stand out as a category of one leader, the last piece that you have to do in order for us to be able to break free of this 50, 60, 70K a month thing that you're stuck in is you've got to be able to build an incredible amount of proof, which again goes back. If you're doing this for everybody and everything, you're not going to be able to build proof. Okay. There's levels to this game. And if you're below seven figures, you need to be focused on one ideal customer profile. And then once you're out there and you've got your profit and you're feeling great about it and you're ready to invest into your business, not just pull money out of your business, then you can start getting into other ideal customer profiles. But for right now, Get that one ideal customer profile, get that one person that you're going after, because you need to be able to get proof of results. If I can get proof of results, then it helps me stand out from all my other competitors. Most people will buy a product or service after they've seen that it works for somebody else that they identify with. If they can't see how it helps somebody else that they identify with, they're going to have a hard time going, I'm not really sure if this is going to work for me, but I'll take a chance anyway. They don't want to do that. They don't want to spend their money and have it wasted. So even, if you're at 50K right now, you probably have some really good case studies or results that you could look back at. Pick those that make the most sense, and then make sure you blast them out everywhere to become that category of one leader, so you can command those premium prices for your products and services. And when you combine all three of these things together, when you stop selling everything to everybody, when you productize your offer, meaning I can repeat this process over and over and over again, and then I can shout from the rooftops because it is a productized offer. Now I've got something that's scalable. Now I've got something that won't just stop at 7 figures. It can generate multiple 7 figures. And honestly, if you want to be able to hire staff, if you want to be able to have freedom of time and freedom of money and freedom of creativity, you're going to want to be able to productize what you have. And there's a few more other things that you're going to want to do. And that's why I would recommend checking out this video right here, where we talk exactly about how to get free.